began the way these things usually begin. I heard it from somebody else. One day, Cordelia, black woman, who was kind of always in on what's going on around the office, said, Tim, I've heard the executive assistants are going to start switching over to a secretarial pool. Now, maybe you don't know what a secretarial pool is, or even what an executive assistant is. Well, an executive assistant is what I was. And it's kind of like a chef. Just as a chef will take the order from the customer, prepare everything all the way through, chop things, get everything together all ready, so I, as an executive assistant, would get the order from my partner, figure out where everything is, all the stuff they needed to do, whatever it was, put everything together, and then present it with a finished result. That's executive assistant. Now, a secretarial pool is more like a fast food restaurant. There's somebody taking your order at the front, but the actual work itself gets done in the back. It's like somebody does the hamburgers, or somebody does the fries, or somebody puts the stuff into the bag, but it's all separated. So no one knows quite what everybody else is doing. The person taking the order knows they've taken the order, but they don't know what's going on with the fries, the hamburger. Same thing with the secretarial pool. Somebody takes the order, but somebody in the back will do the Excel, or the PowerPoint, or the Outlook, or the email, or whatever it is, and all the work will get done back there, and no one knows what other people are doing. So I said, Cordelia, why would you do a secretarial pool? That went out in the 1950s. I mean, there's no accountability. I don't know, Tim. It's what I heard. And I thought, that's ridiculous. They'll never do that. They'll never switch over to a secretarial pool. Why would they bother to do that? John, why would they do that? Exactly. You're stunned, just like I was. I said, no, not going to happen. And the good news is our supervisors and managers are saying the same thing. Say, we'll never switch over to a secretarial pool. Oh, sure, in Dallas, we're starting up a little tiny thing going on there. It's never going to affect you. Here's a hint. If your supervisors and managers are all telling you something's not going to affect you, it's probably going to affect you. Because what happened later on was that they started bringing out training. They started saying, we're going to go through and take some training and figure out exact testing. We're going to test exactly what you do in terms of software. So we'll find exactly how good you are at Outlook, and how good you are at Excel, and how good you are at PowerPoint, and all these different things. Sort of like if you were at a McDonald's, they'd test you how you're good at making burgers, how you're good at making fries, how you're good at bagging things, to figure out exactly which role you'd be in. So that seemed a heck of a lot like they're going to do a secretarial pool, right? I said, no, they said they weren't going to do that. That's not going to happen. No way. Did you ever deny something you can see right in front of your face? Yeah. That's where I was. I was thinking, okay, they're not going to do it, but what if they did? And I started thinking about that a little bit, and then they started figuring out exactly what you're doing. They said, okay, what exactly do you do from this hour to this hour? Who are all the people you work with on your desk? What are you doing with those people? How busy are those people? How much business do they have with you? How much business do you have with them? And they started diving down every single bit of every single moment of the day for everybody, all over the company, Lloyd. So that kind of got my attention. I said, okay, all right, we're probably switching over a secretarial pool. Okay. So I started thinking, how am I going to fit in there? Which one would I do? Well, I'd already taken the tests. I knew I'd done okay at the tests. So I thought, okay, I can do it. Maybe I can do Excel. Maybe I'll do PowerPoint. Maybe I'll do Outlook, something like that. I was thinking about all these different possibilities. I got it all played out in my mind. You ever play something out all in your mind only to find out that the world had different plans for you? You know what I'm talking about. The rest of you are asleep. It's okay. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah. So one day, I got an email. And it just said, meeting, 10 o'clock. And the person who did the email was the supervisor of Detroit area, which was the supervisor of the Midwest areas of all the executive assistants. Like the supervisor, the queen supervisor there sent me an email saying there's a meeting. I thought, oh, well, maybe they are going to switch over to a secretarial pool. But I'll just figure out what role I'm going to fit into. No problem. So I went to the meeting. There was a brown-haired girl called Jane. Jane, brown hair, very efficient looking, said, Tim, come with me. Well, Jane took me over, and I saw through the meeting room door there was a blonde girl sitting down at the desk with some papers in front of her. And Jane said, Tim, go in the office, and she'll explain to you what's going on. Went to the office, sat down, blind girl looked up and said, Tim, we're letting you go. And there was that moment. A moment of denial. No, it couldn't happen, right? There's no second, they're not going to do that sort of thing. I'm perfect. I've been working for 14 years. This is my job. How could they do this to me? How could this happen? Right? But I'm an executive assistant. I can do this. I got 21 years of experience total. I'll just go off and do that somewhere else. Right? That's what I know how to do. That's what I'll do. So then I went and I started doing it. I didn't listen too much to what they were saying. There's a lot of things about, here's what your severance pay is, and here's how long you're going to be here, and here's all the stuff going on. But suffice to say, I was gone by the end of the day. And I just started applying for executive assistant positions. Over and over and over again. And just failed at every single one of them. I don't know why. No idea. Always was the same. Went through the whole thing. Went through and said, is there anything you have a concern about hiring me? No, Tim, you did fine. You did great. And not one of them came through. Executive assistant and executive assistant and executive assistant all the way through. It just wasn't happening. Something old was ending. I didn't even realize it. But I was still clung on to it. As we talked about before, you still cling on to those things. You see they're gone, you see they're absent, you see they're not happening anymore, but you still cling on to them because that's what you know. That's what you can do. So that's where I was. And I got so frustrated, so down, so why can't I make this happen? Why can't I just continue to get another job as an executive assistant? I know how to do this. Do this for 21 years. This is wrong. It's horrible. They ought to change. I started railing and just getting so upset and furious about it. And then one day, I happened to see a Facebook post. Facebook, those little memes they have in there. And I saw a meme of the Serenity Prayer. You familiar with the Serenity Prayer? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Mark. Okay. There are different versions of it. This is the version I saw. It said, grant me the strength to change the things I can, the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the wisdom to know the difference. Now, you may have heard of that before, probably seen it a lot. Let me go over that again. Just think about that. Grant me the strength to change the things I can. So there are things that you can change, but the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. There are things you can't change. And then the wisdom to know the difference. And all of a sudden I started thinking, I can't change what's going on at these interviews. I got no power over them. Can't do anything. They hire me or they don't. But maybe I could approach the interview in a different way. Maybe there's something I can change. Maybe I could take my job and kind of split it up into different areas. I'm an executive assistant. What does that mean? Well, I can be a receptionist or an office manager or doing data entry. There are different things I could be doing aside from focusing on executive assistant, living or dying by that one thing. Maybe that's gone away. Maybe I need to detach, let go of that, and look for a new beginning, a new opportunity. So that's what I did. Started looking for data entry jobs, and I got one. Chicago Board of Elections. The greatest thing about it was all they knew was a body. You know what I'm talking about, Mark. You just come in there, all they want you to do is count votes and type in things and talk a lot. They just need somebody, data entry. There's no brains, no thought, nothing involved in it, but it was something I could do. Didn't have to go through any interview at all. But I did it for 5 months. Recently I got another one coming up tomorrow. Data entry. Another company. Same sort of thing. We aren't really looking around for a lot of people, Tim. We just want somebody to go through and, pound the keyboard. Well, it's not as fancy as executive assistant stuff I was doing, but it's a job. It's a new job. It's a job I could do. A job I could get. So I started looking into that. All of a sudden I thought, okay, this is all right. I can make this change. I can develop this. I can grow with this. I can accept this new beginning. I can accept this change. So maybe there's something going on in your life. Maybe there's something that's happening where you're stuck in how things are and how things used to be and the way things are, and you just keep on holding on to it. But if you let go of it, you take a look at what new beginning there, what's starting up, what's beginning, what's happening, what's beginning to happen for you, then maybe you'll find out that there's an opportunity out there. So just remember, you're going out there looking at your life, and you're viewing your situation, you're looking out for those opportunities, for those new beginnings. Just remember the serenity prayer of grant me strength, change the things I can, serenity, accept the things I cannot change, wisdom to know the difference. And you will find your new beginnings opening up for you.